Hi, Julie Rader here with the weekly astrological update as well as the total Taurus lunar eclipse video. I'm combining them simply because I've been wanting to get this eclipse video out since the last eclipse, which was October 25th. And I have definitely been feeling this eclipse energy. It is impacting my life and my chart immensely. And therefore, I am now just doing it on Monday, on the day that my weekly is usually already uploaded. So I'm combining them. Also, this eclipse is the energy of the week. I'll touch on some other aspects as well. It is the biggest energy of the week, the biggest energy of the month, and arguably the biggest energy of the year. This and the April 12th date were two of the and July 31st, which are the dates that when I was looking at 2022, the ones that jumped out at me as the biggest energies of the year. And this eclipse has that a similar feel to the July 31st. So look back at your life. What was happening around July 31st? August 1st, anywhere around that time. Doesn't have to be exactly on that date because this eclipse holds a lot of that energy, and I will explain why in a moment. So this eclipse is happening on November 8th. So Tuesday, November 8th, election day for those of us here in the US. This is a big energy. It is really going to be interesting to see how it plays out. It's happening at 3:02 a.m. for Pacific time. And then just 5.5 hours later at 8:42 a.m., we have a Mercury cazimi. That is when Mercury and the sun merge. So this cazimi energy is part of the eclipse. It is huge. Let me break it down and explain why. So one of the reasons why, the reason why this eclipse holds themes of maybe what was happening in your life at the end of July, beginning of August, is because at that time we had a conjunction between Uranus, expect the unexpected, the North Node, very karmic, destiny point, and Mars, the aggravator, the motivator. All three of these energies combined, merged at that time. Now, during this lunar eclipse, Mars is now newly retrograde, which it will be for a couple of months. And that's an energy of its own, because when a planet is retrograde, it's actually closer to the Earth. So we feel that Mars energy even more, and it might be more of an internal level, but we will see it on the grand scale as well. Especially with it being in Gemini, Mercury being retrograde, we may see it play out in the media, in schools, things like that. Then we have Uranus and the North Node. So Uranus, the planet of expect the unexpected, the great disruptor, the planet of earthquakes, literally and figuratively. This is part of this full moon energy. So the full moon eclipse is when the sun or the moon are with the north or south nodes. And this one, it is because it involves the sun and the moon. That's what a full moon is. When the sun and the moon are opposite each other in the sky, it happens every month. Now, when it is combined with the north or the south node, that's what makes it an eclipse. This one is happening with the north node in Taurus, which is also there with Uranus. So we have the north node, the sun, and Uranus all together in Taurus on one side of the sky. On the other side of the sky in Scorpio, we have the south node, but the south node is a very karmic point as well, more about where we've come from, our destiny. And we have the sun, we have Venus, and we have Mercury all together. So this is a huge energy. And if that wasn't enough, we also have this full moon creating what is called a T-square So it's creating a square to Saturn. It is not exact, and it will not be exact this year, but it is an energy that we are feeling it. It's going to be at the exact same degree, just not the same minute. Now, this will be the closest this energy is to Saturn, this exact square to Saturn, closest as being exact. And then it will start to dissipate. But when we have Saturn square the sun, it can be a battle of the wills. It can be really this pushing against. So we have this energy of expect the unexpected, this battling of the wills. It's huge. So what do we do to prepare? We do things like yoga, we do meditation, we do acupuncture, we eat rooted foods, root vegetables, things like that. We get out into nature. We do anything that calms the nervous system because we have Mercury and Uranus involved in this eclipse, and they are opposing each other along with several other planets. And it's happening on election day. This is a huge, huge energy. We've been in this eclipse portal since the 25th, and in this eclipse portal, the veil is thinner. I know I've been feeling it. I've been getting lots and lots of downloads of information. And that is what happens when we allow ourselves to open up on a spiritual plane. This eclipse will continue to do that. When this eclipse is finalized, it's not like, oh, nothing happened on that day, it's finished. This energy will be with us for up to 6 months, really, but we'll definitely still be feeling it for the rest of the month. Now, some other energy that is happening this week to be aware of, we have on Thursday, we have Venus in Scorpio making a beautiful, harmonious trine to Neptune in Pisces. This is a very spiritual, free-flowing day. Great day to do a vision board. Great day to write down your dreams. Great day to do anything of that nature. On Friday, we have the sun in Scorpio making this square to Saturn in Aquarius. Now that is reactivating that energy of that Saturn-Uranus square. So it can either give us the energy to push things forward that we need to, or again, it can be a battle of the wills. Where can you surrender? Where can you surrender and ask yourself what's important? What fights are worth fighting, and where can I just let things be a bit? On Saturday, we have Mercury in Scorpio making a harmonious, beautiful trine to Neptune in Pisces. I love this energy. This is a great day for meditation. This is a great day for really getting downloads of information that is coming through. Really, this would be great for guided meditation, writing down your dreams, anything of that nature. And then on Sunday, we have Venus and Scorpio making a sextile, beautiful, harmonious aspect to Pluto and Capricorn. Now, this is an aspect of transformation. This could be money transformation in a positive way. So Venus, a planet of love and money, with Pluto, the planet of death and rebirth. Something in our life has to fall away so that something beautiful and new and abundant can come in. So this is the energy of the week and of this eclipse. And now I'm going to break it down per sign. So one more thing I just want to remind you of, any eclipse is basically like a new or a full moon on steroids. And this is a full moon eclipse. So it is a full moon, highly, highly activated. This is the type of energy where if it is activated in your chart, there can be big, huge changes in your life, changes of a big move. There can be new things coming in, things being taken away, being eclipsed out of your life. Be open to it all. Be aware of the messages that keep coming in for you. Bless it or block it. What roads are opening for you? What is being shadowed or being asked to fall away? This is really what the eclipse is asking us. There are going to be big, big changes collectively going on in the world around us. How are we going to react to it? How are we going to respond to it? It is very much an energy of we can't predict it. It is expect the unexpected when Uranus is involved. But remember, we do have this Mercury cazimi as part of this eclipse energy. This is beautiful. And if we can quiet our mind and listen, we will receive the guidance in what action steps to take. This guidance may be huge. It may ask you to really, most likely, will ask you to step out of your comfort zone, may ask you to do something that you've been feeling it for a little bit. We are still bringing in that energy toward the end, from the end of July. So you've been getting nudges, but you will get more clarity on how to make it happen if you quiet the mind enough to listen. Okay, now I'm going to go through each of the signs, and you can see where this Taurus full moon eclipse is happening. This lunar eclipse is happening for you in your chart. For Aries, this is happening in your second house. So this is your house of finances and possessions. This is asking you what is valuable. What is valuable in your life? What are your priorities financially? Are you spending too much money on something so that you don't have enough money for this? This is very much a Taurus thing. Stabilizing your finances, being practical. Do you have enough money for food, or are you spending too much on housing? What is it? Look at your finances and look at your possessions. Maybe it's time to pare down. You're great at doing this, Aries, because you don't get so emotionally attached. You can just go through and get rid of things. Great energy to do this. Now, where you're going to be feeling that cazimi energy, that whispering, that's in your 8th house. Aries, slow down. Let yourself meditate. Get this guidance, because you will receive the guidance if you allow yourself to. Taurus, this is happening for you in your 1st house. This is your eclipse. I am quite sure you are feeling it, especially if your sun, moon, or ascendant is anywhere from like 12 to like 23 degrees. So you are going to be feeling it the most. So basically, if your birthday is maybe like May, at the like 1st week of May, you would really, really be feeling it if you're going by your sun sign. Anyway, you have been asked to step out of your comfort zone a little bit more. Maybe I've been shocking people a bit in the last 3 years anyway, since Uranus has been in your sign. But this eclipse is really activating where can you shake things up. You are as solid and stable as they come. You are being asked to disrupt that stability and make some changes in your life, in all areas of your life. Gemini, this is happening for you in your 12th house. This is so beautiful for you receiving these downloads of information. It is important that you slow down and that you really regulate your nervous system. You tend to, your nervous system, because your ruler is Mercury, tends to, can get a bit dysregulated at times. And this full moon can do that for you specifically. So slow down, take some things off your schedule, and allow yourself extra sleep and even to daydream, because that's when you're going to get your answers. Cancer, this is happening for you in your 11th house. So this is all about looking at your friendships, looking at the people that you spend your time with. You know what they say, that the 5 people you spend your time with the most is really a reflection of who you are. So looking at that for you, Cancer, also looking at your goals and aspirations. Maybe it's time for some of them to fade away so new dreams can enter. Leo, you are being asked to be in the spotlight around this time. It might not be just on this day, but it will continue, especially throughout the month. You may get some shocking surprises in your career and potentially in a positive way. And it's important that you take the time to listen. And because this Kazemi is happening for you in your fourth house, you may receive some downloads of information from your ancestors if you slow down enough to hear the guidance. Virgo, this is happening for you in your ninth house. You will be looking at your spiritual aspirations. You will be looking at your life from more of a philosophical viewpoint. What does it all mean? Why am I here? What is the purpose? Is it time for me to travel and see the world? Is it time for me to pick up and relocate to a completely new location? Because the Kazemi is happening in your third house, I recommend for you at this time too to be writing, because you may receive some downloads and get some answers that way. Libra, this is happening for you in your eighth house. This is the house of psychology. This is the house of the metaphysical. Definitely slow down and listen to the guidance. You will also be asked to look at your finances and ask where am I spending my money, and is it in the places that reflect who I am and what I value? Scorpio, this is happening for you in your seventh house. This is all about relationships, one-on-one relationships. These eclipses are really affecting Scorpio and Taurus. Also, Leo and Aquarius are feeling it a lot too, the fixed signs. But for you, Scorpio, you are really looking at your romantic relationships and your business partnerships. What is still serving you? What needs to fade away? Maybe you are making space for something new. If you're single, be on the lookout. Someone new could be entering your life. Sagittarius, this is happening for you in your sixth house. Definitely look at your day-to-day routines. Take a look at your health. How are you feeling? What about your pets? Do you have pets? Are they acting funny? If so, get them to the vet. But this is really you looking, how can you take charge of your health, and how can you take charge of your day-to-day routines so that you can be more efficient and have more vitality? Capricorn, this is happening for you in your fifth house. You are being asked to let something go so that you can actually have more fun in your life. Allow fun in, allow romance, allow yourself to be more childlike. Maybe you are making space in your life for a child. So for Capricorn, enjoy and really just put the work aside for a bit, have fun. Aquarius, this is in your fourth house. You may be looking at either your relationships with family members or your home itself. You may be deciding that it is time to move. Or maybe if it's not a relocation, maybe you're wanting to make a change in your home. Maybe you're wanting to paint the walls a fun color or something like that. Make the changes. Make your home a place where you want to be, where you can relax and where your nervous system can feel a sense of ease. And Pisces, last but certainly not least, fellow Pisceans, this is happening for us in our third house. So the third house is the house of communication. You are asked to look and ask yourself, where are you spending your time? Are you spending enough time doing the writing? You are so creative. Write, paint, speak, teach. Maybe you're wanting to learn a new skill. You're getting those Kazemi messages in your ninth house, which is the house of higher learning, but also gurus and things like that. Slow down, listen to the messages. You are really good about listening to the messages. Maybe even write them down. You will receive the guidance if you slow down and allow yourself to do it in a pure way. Thank you so much for listening. I will be back next week with the weekly, and then I will be doing them separately again. But this was a big one. Really, this was going to be the energy of the weekly as well. Anyway, enjoy your week. Be good to yourself. Do not overpack your schedule. And most importantly, be calm. No matter what's going on in the world, find a deep sense of peace so that you can think rationally if there is chaos going around you. Become the eye of the storm. Thank you so much for listening.